Then when you've got Angel screaming, Angel does it again. And
That was something, right?
that was something.
I'm sorry, you canceled the support for the game a month ago.
Why would they even host a trade?
I don't know.
And I sit down and he picks up one donut and eats it. So you want to like QA games?
When the rubber meets the road, they're gonna be like, oh my god, I don't like seeing Mario get his skull smashed.
Oh, I would love
It
to see
doesn't
that.
work.
I would love to see
Yeah,
that.
again, like I said.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, my fellow gamers, to this another succulent episode of Battlefield 1 podcast. Is there a crime to desire some amazing Battlefield content? I think not. So welcome, my fellow gamers. We have the sauce and you're hungry. Let us be your chef for today and we'll produce you an amazing Ratatouille level type of Battlefield content that you seek and desire. My name is Tom. I'm your chef for today, also known as the Lanky Soldier. And I'm being joined by Ray Edmunds, who's not a chef, but he's definitely a professional voice actor. He's a married man, and he owns an alligator. What's the alligator's name?
I am Florida man. His name is Clyde.
Clyde. I thought it was Jerome.
Clyde the Gator.
I thought it was Jerome.
No, Clyde.
Shaniqua.
Jerome got hit. Jerome got ran over on the interstate yonder the other day.
Okay.
Because him can't stay in his pen. Little bastard.
Fair enough. Anyway, so welcome.
Grand dose of Americana.
Welcome to episode 51. We got some nice positive feedback from 50th episode, even though there was not like a celebration or anything, but we got some nice feedback. And today we're gonna have, we already had a debate. We're gonna talk about weapon meta debate. I don't even know what to call it, honestly. We talked about weapons and the customization for the attachments, all that kind of stuff. So it's like almost an hour long conversation. Just like, even though we pre-production we said like, oh, let's do a quick casual 60-minute episode, becomes like an hour and half an hour episode
Rapidly.
Yes. So yeah, we're gonna talk about weapon attachments and everything. Like, should we have 5 attachments? Like, is the point system okay? Do we need unlimited attachments? All that kind of stuff. Like, so we have these conversations. Like, what's meta, what's not meta, all that kind. Like, it's a really deep debate about weapon attachments and how the guns feel and everything. And like, it's an interesting conversation. So if you're really, comparative player or even a casual, I think this will be a really interesting conversation for you to listen. And spoiler alert, me and Ray are on different camps regarding this. Are you team Ray or team Lanky? So we have different debates about this and different opinions and so on. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the debate and the conversations and everything we have about this. And also, if you want to know more about us, go on BattlefieldOne.net, our primary website for this podcast, for this show, and where you can support us, learn more about us, you read some Battlefield news, and all that kind of stuff, give feedback, and that's kind of it. Yeah, so check everything in the description, whether you listen on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever, everything is in the description, the website link, the Patreon, the feedback link, everything is in the description. Just, join our Discord too, because we have all those conversations about Battlefield non-stop there. So yeah, enjoy the debate, enjoy the conversations, guys, and enjoy the show. But yeah, before we continue, I just want to mention we do have a creator code. EA was gracious enough to provide us with a creator code. So if you listen to this podcast and you're thinking buying Battlefield 6 or buying anything in a EA game like microtransactions or whatever, just use our code, TheLankySoldier. I know Ray got his own too, but I don't know if you set it up yet or not. Not yet. Okay.
I mean, it's there. I have it.
Okay, so just give me what's the code is, and then I will put it somewhere on the screen, because
maybe when my acting career takes off and I have a fan base that I can be like, hey guys.
See, I was thinking like using the Battlefield 1 code and everything, but then I realized like. I still have my primary YouTube channel and everything, so I guess just keep it individual, because I don't want to, because when the code is locked, it's locked, right? So that's the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you want to support us and everything, and that doesn't cost you a penny, just use the code TheLankySoldier, and it goes towards our little piggy bank. We get 5%, I think, for a 5% cut if you use the code. So yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. So thank you, EA, for providing us with the codes and everything. So that's cool. So the code is the Lanky Soldier. No gaps, no anything. Just the Lanky Soldier. Right. So before we continue all that conversations and everything, so it's gonna be a casual episode. And if you're new here and you want to hear like about the Battlefield 6 like impressions, all that kind of stuff, all that, you know, all the good stuff that you probably haven't heard if you're new here, please listen to our last 5 episodes that specifically focused on like on the open beta, our impressions of the game. You know, what was the last conversation we had on the show? It was like customization, something else.
Customization options and
oh, Portal. It was about Portal.
Mostly Portal, yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to know more about that, like if you're new here, I recommend to listen to our previous 5 episodes where we talk about Battlefield 6 exclusively on like depending on the episode. I always recommend to have a bit more context. So that's that. Yeah, so Battlefield 2042, right? Quick update. The grind continues. So I'm
sorry.
I know. I hate myself. So the grind continues. I'm on level 36. So tier 36. I can technically stop playing now because the Battlefield Studios or Battlefield DICE or whatever. I guess it's DICE. DICE said that increasing the how many points you get from weeklies next week, so you're gonna get more points from next upcoming weeklies, and in total you're gonna get like 25 points, 25 and a half if you do all of them. So that means I can stop playing now, just complete the weeklies, and I'll complete the battle pass. So great. Problem is, I hate this game so fucking much, and I don't want to leave this last minute, like, oh yeah, complete the weeklies. Like a week before the game comes out, there's gonna be the Black Ops 7 open beta. Then there's the other stuff. Then, you know, prepare for the launch of the game and so on. You know, recording the podcast. Like, you know, I'll have no time. So I kind of want to just grind a bit more levels, so I don't have to. At least I don't have to do the last week or something like that. So almost there. I can see the light at the end.
All I can say is I'm just glad I had the 2 brain cells rubbed together and go, hey man, you really hated that game. How about no? And my brain went, yeah, you're right. How about no? So you enjoy all that suffering on my behalf. Have at it. I can't. I tried, and I just ain't got it. I can't do that game. I can't. I can't. And plus, I still want to keep the record of I have more time in the BF6 beta than I do 2042. I have to keep that. I have to maintain that record. It has to stay there. It's part of my character.
Yeah, I mean, I can do a weekly update on this fucking game. I can do a weekly update, but it's just...
Why?
God, I don't know, memes, I guess, entertainment. I don't know. Like, listen, guys, anyone listen to this podcast right now, this episode, do let me know in the comments, whatever, like YouTube comments, Google feedback document in the description, or just straight up Spotify comments. Just let me know, do you care about the update about Battlefield 2042? Because this is nothing to update other than at what level my suffering is right now. Boy, I was so depressed playing that game a couple of days ago. Just, oh my god.
Do I blame you? No, because I can't. I can't.
Even our Discord that you can join. Everyone, if you want to join the conversations on our Discord, it's in the description again. Like, if you find the link there. Even our Discord, people are like, I'm 39 and want to kill myself. I'm like, okay, yeah, fair. How do you? It's just like all of us, everyone in Discord server that are playing this game to level the fucking skins. Like, I hate myself. Like, yeah.
Like I said, it would have been better for it really would have been the best. I still maintain the best course of action for them to do this would have been to just have them go, okay, from Battlefield 3, clear all the way up through, you know, whatever game it is you play in, whatever. If you gain XP, it goes towards the Battle Pass, even if the UI doesn't say it or not. I mean, 2042 would be the only one that has the stipulated UI that tells you, and, you know, there you go. I feel like that would have been the best road to Battlefield 6 because those games, you know, you go from Battlefield 3 and 4 all the way up through till Battlefield 5, ignoring 2042. You know, there's a slight evolution there. There's a lineage there to a degree. 2042 is just like the bastard child that wasn't wanted, but is there, and we have to acknowledge it. And I don't feel like them just shoehorning everything into 2042 was smart. Even if they would have said, okay, well, we can do it for BF1, BF5, and 2042. Bro, if it would have been BF5, I'd have reinstalled that shit so quick. I wouldn't have cared. Because I prefer BF over 2042. Same thing with BF1. If they would have been like, okay, or even if they would have divvied it up and been like, okay, this week you can do 2042, this week you can do BF4, this week you can do this, or this week we're doing this, or if you play Battlefield 4, it's quadruple XP or it's double XP. You know, some way in order to tie these past games into it, I feel like would have been a way better strategy to go ahead than just make everybody swim in a pool full of piss to get a new floaty. Because I hate 2042. I mean, I hate saying it, but because I know what it's like. Like I know people genuinely hard worked on that game. I get it. I know I've said it a million times, but it's the truth. I mean, I kind of feel shitty for shitting on that game, but at the same time, it fucking deserves it to a degree. And I don't want to shit on the people that put hard work into it. I mean, that's not what I'm just saying. It's just like the end product for that game is just, it's just not there.
It's really not fun. You know what's funny? So they released there's a playlist right now, Bad Company 2 Inspire playlist. So Bad Company 2 characters and classes and all weapons and stuff, right? You know what? I decided to play that. You know what? At least that was something different. It's like it's 2042, but damn, it's something different. So I'll take it. You know, like just a tiny brain cell just start to work. Oh, it's something different. You can play this.
You
for
went
a little
from
bit.
White bread to wheat bread with your shit sandwich.
Exactly. Yeah. And they were like, you know what? I'll take it at this point. Anyway, 2042. Like, if you guys care about my suffering updates, just let me know. Just let me know. That's what it is. This is just mostly meme. Okay, so some minor leaks happened. 2 new maps are being. Well, two new maps got leaked that will be available in Season 1 or beyond. It doesn't mean it's going to be in Season 1, but... And 2 of those maps are called Badlands and Eastwood. And Badlands is like... The way I can describe it is like... it's a sunset type of map, and it's like you can see all the refineries, the thingies working, like, I don't know what they're called, pumps or whatever, pumping the oil and all that shit. So, like... I think there was an elite artwork of that maps at one point. Like, it looks fine, I guess. It's clearly unfinished, but it looks fine. Like, just something
Eastwood. Eastwood is one of the names.
Internal. It's probably gonna be called something else.
I mean,
okay,
I would have gone with Westwood, to be honest with you, because that's kind of like a homage to Westwood Studios.
Oh,
but.
Don't think about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, let's not.
Don't worry about it. Also, Eastwood's probably the internal name. I don't think it's the last name, the official name. It's gonna be like so. Badlands is one of them. So that's the map I was just describing was Badlands, and Eastwood one is basically part of the Battle Royale map, and it's from what I've seen, it's looks nice. Looks the bright daylight map. Lightning looks pretty good. It's like, how to describe Eastwood from what I've seen. It's like, you know how in American movies, like, you see like typical Hollywood houses, you know, with big pools, big mansions, all that kind of stuff, like palm trees, like, and everything's really bright and sunny, all that kind of stuff.
You can just say Beverly Hills.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Beverly Hills. Yeah. That's a good description. So that's how the map looks. So it's part of the Battle Royale map, so it's there. So it's on the map. So, and it's, of course, it's gonna be, some of the maps will be like, not maps, some of the locations from the Battle Royale will be reused in the multiplayer, which makes sense. I mean, it's just easy content, right? Easy content. Why not? If it works, it works. So yeah, those 2 maps.
Work's done and it's there. Why not?
But that's kind of exciting that we actually we might be getting a lot of maps in seasons. Like, sure, they said that they're gonna get, this game is gonna have like seasons that will last for 3 months. which, if you have no idea what we're talking about, why 3 months? It's like I think 3, 4, 5 episodes we talked about like this. They said that the game is gonna be getting quarterly updates, so basically means seasons will last 3 months. And if we get like 2, 3 maps each season, I think that's fine. I mean, I think that's tolerable. I think that's a good number of maps.
I mean, is it? I mean, not that I really want to advocate for the people who want like 60 maps on a fucking launch date, but I mean, let's be real and do the math on that, okay? So what you're saying is 2 maps every 3 months, okay? Well, every 3 months.
Let's assume,
9. But still, let's do the math on that, okay? 3, 6, 9, 12, okay? That's 4 quarters, okay? Now we multiply that by 2, that gives us 8 maps in a year.
I think that's fine.
In this day and age, I would say
good.
Instead of 2, maybe let's go 3.
Well,
then
keep
that
in
would
mind. Keep in mind.
up with what previously was done. But
yeah, but you also have to remember that they will be adding modes to other modes too, like maps to other modes too. So this.
No, I get that. The thing is it's,
and Battlefield 2042 only had 1 map per season. So it's an improvement. Granted,
anything
this
is a fucking improvement over 2042.
Yeah,
Come on,
okay,
man.
yeah,
That's
you know,
not a very
right,
high bar to cross.
Okay,
I could
yeah,
crawl
good point,
over
good
that
point.
bar drunk.
All right, good point.
What I'm saying is look at the BF4, packs. Okay, were 4 maps every pack. Battlefield 1 had what? It was usually 3 to 4 maps per run when they would do a run maps. So them going, oh, well, we can only do like 2 every quarter. I'm kind of like, how? Why? Why can't we kick this up to maybe like 3 or 4 a quarter? And, have updates intermixed with the maps that are existent. I mean, because shit's going to have to get changed. I mean, there's going to be balancing changes. Let's be real with ourselves. Labs is a thing. There's going to be balancing changes and shit down the line. But I'm just kind of like 2 maps every 3 months. Man, I don't mean to speak on behalf of the community, but that seems kind of dry. It seems really dry. Seems very dry. Drier than the driest thing you could think of.
I don't know. Well, I guess
I'm not.
We'll have to see. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
We're gonna have to see what kind of maps we get out of it, because if we get like 3, if we're getting these 2, if you're only gonna go with 2 maps every quarter, okay, I'm gonna put it this way: that shit better be like filet mignon.
Yeah,
shit.
The best maps you can.
It better be the best goddamn work you could sit down and hone together and do in that 3-month time frame. Because what it's going to look like if you kick out 2 shit maps every quarter, we're going to be like, what the fuck are y'all doing? I'm being Captain Foresight here and saving somebody in management a headache and thinking about this. So if you do 4 maps a quarter, okay, and let's say 2 of the maps are shit, 2 of the maps are good. Hey, 50-50 fucking success rate. Cool. If you do 2 maps and 1 map is good, 1 map is bad, still a 50-50 success rate. The thing is you're now down 2 maps.
Yeah.
And if you do 2 maps in a quarter and they both suck, guess what? You've now earned the ire of the entire community. So that's why I'm saying, trying to go quality over quantity, I respect that. But there's a certain amount that we expect per a quote unquote pack. If we're going to do this quarterly, then a pack would be a quarter. So my standard is a minimum 3 maps a quarter. Minimum. And they got to be fucking great. This can't be no mediocre shit. Because I'm telling you, boy, the first quarter maps come out, if they're duds, the game is sunk.
If the maps are bad, yeah, I agree. Which, you know what, which is perfect transition to the next topic, because... like, okay, let's say there's only 2 maps a season, right? And, okay, so apparently, when this game launches, this game will have 38 weapons on launch day for you to play with, which is a good number, I think.
38 across all of the classes, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good number, because that's in line with most AAA shooters out there. Comparing, I think Modern Warfare 3 had 40? Original Modern Warfare had 50. Well, regardless, it's a good number, right? We
don't need a lot of fluff guns that don't do anything.
So So 38 weapons sounds nice. To me personally, the number of weapons available on launch day, like, doesn't really matter to me personally, because like you, Ray, I prefer maps over guns. I don't really care about, oh, here you go, new guns. Cool. I've been getting new guns in Call of Duty for the last 5 years. I don't care about guns. I really don't.
I pull them out of the box, I play with them for 5 minutes, and I go, okay, that's a cool thing, and I put it away. Now, what would be better? Skins, attachments.
Well, you're gonna get those.
Attachments.
Well,
Attachments.
as in like new attachments with each season and the change.
Yeah, I mean, just throw a couple. Just throw a couple out there
parts.
in order to kind of keep the meta mixed up, because this is going to help solve one complaint that I know a lot of people are already bitching about, because it started over the beta. Well, we don't want meta guns and meta loadouts.
Oh, there's always
okay,
going to be
cool.
meta guns.
This is true. There is always going to be the most effective tactic available.
What do you want to do? Fucking remove guns?
Look, I get it. And I also understand where the people who say that dumb shit are coming from, because they don't want everybody running around with the exact same fucking rifle, the exact same everything. Like, there's got to be some variety to this shit, so I understand that. The fact of the matter is, though, if you want to avoid that shit, then you have to change around the attachments. So you either change the bucket of attachments that you have access to quarterly, or you implement changes to the attachment system so that every quarter that meta gets broken and people now have to figure the new one out. Now, on the flip side, having played games that did that shit before, that's very infuriating. So I wouldn't say completely break it, just kind of make it not as viable. It's still effective, it still works. This setup is still, great, but this could do a little bit better, potentially, possibly, maybe, depending on your playstyle. I would say let's go that route instead of just new gun. Is it cool? Is it good? Does it work?
So what you're saying is,
okay, in the trash bin it goes.
What you're saying is literally what Modern Warfare 3 did with aftermarket parts. Each season, there will be some aftermarket parts for the guns that change the gun entirely. So I remember there was a sniper that got turned into a rocket launcher or something like that. So like, it's a sniper that shoots rockets, but like it's still a sniper, but like it shoots like explosives and everything. So which is kind of fun. It made a pistol into SMG. Made assault rifles into SMGs, or whatever the case may be. Like, it's some quirky, funny ways of changing the gun into something unique, and that's fine, right? Like, I rather have that than more guns, more automatic guns. How many assault rifles we need? 50. All right, they all feel the same. Great.
And yet there's no variety as far as pistols go, or shotguns, or anything else goes. And it's like, it seems like assault rifles always get to be like the star shining example of everything, and I hate that shit, because like there's a way more variety of like pistols and handguns and SMGs and shit like that than there really are like viable good assault rifles. I mean, at the end of the day, there's really like 5 or 6 really good assault rifles out there. So the other thing that I kind of wanted to touch on real quick while we were on the subject of weapon attachments, I'm going to bring it up again, and I'm going to say it again. I really fucking hate that point system that they added for attachments. I don't understand it.
Really?
I don't understand why it's a thing, because here's the thing, okay? If I go out and I buy an AR-15, there is no rule out there in the world that says I can't kit the fucking shit out of it. Now, what will happen is, if I put a bunch of shit on my rifle, is things like aim response and maneuverability is going to suffer. Like if I put an attachment and an underslung grenade launcher and a fucking big ass scope on the top of it with a laser sight and a flashlight and a fucking big ass bulky ass stock and all this other shit, I've now like completely fucked that gun up to the point where it's not as effective as it originally was with just a specific setup. So what I would say is, if a player wants to throw 50 attachments on their fucking gun, let them do it, but at the cost of maneuverability and speed. I would say let that be the thing that determines how far you go in your kitting out in your attachments, and not just you've only got 10 points, and you can only have a magazine and a suppressor and a fucking scope and a sight at best. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I'm not. I'm really not. It kind of... It goes against gun owner. It goes against gun ownership. And I don't.
My amendments. Now I kind of have to disagree, because I think the last I think it was Call of Duty Vanguard, I think. So, for the last 5 years, there was like a limit how many attachments you can put on a gun for balance reasons, because you kind of want to create variety in guns and everything. It's like, and Vanguard was the only game that decided, you know what? Fuck the restrictions. You see that spot? You can attach an attachment. So ultimately, you can have 10 attachments per gun. Right, so max, just you can fill out all 10 attachments.
Yeah.
Which of course
Like
people did of course, but then people realize like this is pointless. This is nothing. This changes nothing. The guns it's just fluff for the sake of content, and all the guns start to feel the same because everyone went, of course.
Then again, what would be the point? Okay, if there is no difference between locked attachments and unlocked attachments as far as how many you can attach.
No, but all guns became the same. That's the thing. Everyone
right. You're enforcing my point without realizing it. You really are, because what I'm sitting here and saying is okay, if you're going to say that we have to lock attachments for balance reasons, but unlocking the attachments and letting you attach everything at the end of the day and everything just becomes samey at the same time, that's not really an enforcement of the argument like you think it is. That's basically saying, at the end of the day, it doesn't really fucking matter what for attachments you put on your gun. It all boils down to your ability in order to respond to a threat and acquire a target and put bullets into it, or maneuver yourself so that you're not in danger. At the end of the day, those two things right there in a firefight matter more than what's actually attached to that fucking gun.
So trust me, Ray, you don't want unlimited attachments. Trust me.
Why?
Trust me.
Why not?
All the guns will be the same because everyone's gonna go for like zero recoil. All weapons become depending how the attachments work. All weapons feel the same. All laser beams, no recoil whatsoever. Speed, sure. ADS speed, whatever. Oh, you know what? At the end of the day, it won't matter that much.
People are still going to find the metas with only having 10 points.
Oh, I don't care about that.
It's still going to be the exact same shit.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Because this is another thing that this is another reason why I'm kind of saying this. As much as I'm not the 100% on board with it, but this is my way of saying, look, this is the only concession we could come up with. If we don't want to have, if we don't want the guns to be samey, then you have to give people more options. The less options you give people, the more you're narrowing down the scope. So let's say all of these attachments we can pick out. So there's this whole range of weaponry that we could fucking have. Eventually the meta's going to come out and it's going, angled foregrip,
well, okay, you have to understand though,
grip, and blah, blah, blah.
Meta
it's going to be
be
a thing no matter
anyway.
what we do.
Yeah,
regardless,
meta will be a thing.
Still,
yeah. Doesn't matter. Meta will be a thing.
You're giving me the flexibility that if I don't want my laser sight or I want a flashlight because we have a night map and I need to use a night map or an NVG, you know what I mean? Or if I want to have, my 1.5 times with my 2 times magnifier and still be able in order to turn a laser on and off, I should be able to do that. If I wanted to have a different ammo type involved with it, what I'm saying the cost should be is your ability as a soldier in order to look around and maneuver. It should affect your camera movement speed. It should affect your general movement speed and not just be this arbitrary point system that says, well, you changed you changed an ammo type and put a suppressor on it and you put a laser sight on it. That's your bag. Like, fuck no. That's bullshit. Let everybody customize as you... It is. It's all a numbers game at the end of the day.
But for example,
what I'm saying is to have more variety, you have to field more options. So if a motherfucker wants to run around with a master key underneath the damn thing with a 4-shot maximum to it and a goddamn laser sight and an NVG scope and all this other shit, that's fine. But that heavily modded, kitted out assault rifle is not going to maneuver around as rapidly as, say, somebody who actually thought their loadout through and went, okay, well, if I add anything above a suppressor and a grip and a scope on it, I now can't do rapid movement CQC battling, which is basically what I'm kitting this gun out for in the first place. Do you get where I'm getting at with that? If people want to add a bunch of shit onto their guns because they think it's cool and it becomes a detriment to their playstyle, that should be the punishment. Not, I ran out of points and I can't put a screw in a gun and attach another. You know what I mean?
But
it's
that's good.
Stupid to me.
It forces a gun to be in a specific way because you won't get all the benefits at once. For example, in Warzone right now, we have wildcards, right? So a wildcard, basically, you can attach 3 extra attachments on your gun. So you can have 5 attachments maximum, and you get 3 extra. So you have 8 attachments. What happens then? What happened with Warzone is that, okay, you get your first loadout, you have 5 attachments, right? And then you get your second loadout, which better players will get instantly, because that's the point. You get your 8 attachment gun. 8 attachments, just like those 3 extra attachments might not seem like it's a big deal. Oh, it's a big fucking deal. It puts all the balance out of fucking place. You can't balance that, because suddenly all the guns so fucking powerful, you can't deal with it. It's not fun. Trust me. Like I know what you're aiming for.
Extra attachments are getting added to these weapons that, as of now you're beyond. You're going from 5 attachments to 8 attachments. What are these extra 3 attachments that are making shit fucking overpowered? Because your base 5 should be
velocity, recoil,
should be barrel,
ADS,
grip, sight, stock, magazine. Those are your 5 basic food groups of
then you put a laser, which increases ADS speed.
Right.
Then
number 7.
What was it called? Grip.
Foregrip, we already covered that. That was point number 2. That's part of the 5 basics.
I need to open. There's places for 10 attachments, but I can't remember all the. But basically,
but what I'm trying to ask is, because you can't have a foregrip and a master key, or a foregrip and an underslung grenade launcher at the same time. You're not going to get the same fucking accuracy out of it.
Well, no one uses
a noob tube.
No one uses noob tubes because they're shit.
Right. So again, but still, I mean, there's a time and a place for the damn things. There's a time and a place for a master key. You know what I mean? So what I'm advocating for is let the player have the options. Let them figure the shit out on their own.
Also,
let them find out that, okay, running around with 10 attachments on my gun is pretty fucking stupid. I need to actually think of my loadout more. What I get out of the BF6, it was, here's the number of screws you have. We can't source you anymore, and when you run out of screws, you're done. Because it's bullshit to me that I can't have, like, I can't have an extended magazine with a suppressor and a decent foregrip and a decent scope. That's bullshit. Because I don't give a fuck about stocks. I don't give a fuck about the rest of that shit. I just want to basically have a little bit more of ammo pool. I want to have good laser sight. I mean, and the options to be able to make that combo happen, at least in the beta, it just didn't exist, and it really aggravated the shit out of me.
I really didn't find a problem. Like, I think because it all depends on what attachments do and so on, and what kind of positives, negatives. I can't remember. The attachments had negatives, right?
Yeah.
But there was
that's another reason why I'm advocating for letting people put as many attachments on their gun as they want, because it's not that they just come with benefits, they come with caveats too. And that stacks just as much as the benefits do.
I remember.
So again, now you have to seriously think through what the fuck you're doing. And this point system shit, it's only gonna, this is exactly what's gonna happen. I'm telling you right now. There's gonna be 3 big setups. Okay?
Well,
because they're
using
this point
with
system,
the unlimited attachments,
and that's
too.
going to be the end of it. Right, but you're still taking away my option in order to experiment and play around with shit. If you're tell me I've only got 10 points in order to sink into attachments, now you're shoehorning me. If you tell me I've got...
wait one
If you tell me I can do whatever the fuck I want, and I fuck around and find out...
Pick up the package.
You know what I mean? Surprise! This was not time-stamped. We hope you're enjoying the show so far. But we need to stop for a second and tell you about some important stuff. And now that we have your attention, it's time to tell you all about our amazing Patreon that is helping us keep the show going. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier.
But yeah, episode 47. You paid for this.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. I don't care.
In my defense, I didn't know it was broken or it was going to break upon squeezing it gently. Battlefield 1 podcast was rebooted in March of 2023. We learned a lot of lessons from our previous shows that consisted of 41 episodes, and we've been building amazing foundations for the future with this current show. There's a reason why we're the best Battlefield-related podcast available on Spotify and anywhere else. We've also had the honor of being listened to by DICE, Ripple Effect, and other developers as well. Now, we want to share even more with you through our Patreon.
And I've never seen her, so I would be like crying and yelling and I will not be the same person I am right now.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready for that kind of emotion. I know we're emotionally close and everything, but I don't think we're that emotionally close.
Yeah, that will be an experience of its own.
We want to thank everyone that has joined as a free member or subscribed to our Patreon in the last year. The support is greatly appreciated, always was, and always will be. It's amazing, and it only motivates us to continue with our Battlefield journey. By simply becoming a free member or even subscribing to any paid tier, you're not only supporting the show, but you're also getting a lot of content back in return.
Right, because Call of Duty gets so annoying sometimes, I actually got so desperate I installed League of Legends again.
Oh my god. The perks of any tier is you'll get ad-free early access to all of our future episodes. You can already listen to the previous episodes ads-free as well, simply by being a free member. There's no more waiting, no more interruptions, just pure unfiltered Battlefield content straight to your ear holes, from our mouth holes, and anywhere else. You know, it's amazing, isn't it?
The only reason why CTE did as well as it did back in the day, guys, is because it wasn't locked down to secrecy. Those that couldn't participate were still able to see what was going on. That's the point that I'm getting at right now.
We're also giving you a behind-the-scenes look at what goes into making the Battlefield 1 podcast or any other content we produce, from planning sessions to recording mistakes and everything in between. You'll get an insider's perspective on how we bring each episode to life pretty much from start to finish.
And the reason why I'm saying
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's your fault.
It's all my fault.
It's all your fault, Ray. How did you ruined the whole show? We need to cancel it again.
Just gotta can it for another 8 months again. Just appear out of nowhere with
Yeah, we need to
different
cancel
set
it
of
again.
colors.
Ray, what the fuck did you do?
And that's only Battlefield. We're also offering access to our exclusive Patreon podcast series, Live Gaming Gathering. This is a show where friends and special guests get together and talk about everything from the video game industry to movies and, whatever else is on our minds at that particular time. With more than 40 episodes already available, there's hours upon hours of content for you to listen to.
All right, I think we need to move on because we've been kind of on this subject for about the last 15 minutes now.
Yeah.
We got a couple of things in order.
Are you feeling better now? Let this
Yes,
team off.
Yeah, you got that
I
off
do
your
feel
chest.
I do feel better. Oh no, wait, one more thing. For example, Angelo. No, we were in
I'm not
discussion.
going to mention any names.
Trust me, these are some of the most fun and amazing conversations we have ever had on the show. Because it's just us being us, relaxed and actually having fun. Almost like you're sitting alongside us with the conversation. Yeah.
So the reaction from the Fortnite community is like, okay, every time we see a Cybertruck in the server, it's our mission to drop everything we're doing and send that player back to the lobby.
We also believe in keeping our patrons informed, so we post monthly recaps to let you know what you probably missed during last month's episode, and we're making sure that you're not missing anything important. Just recently, we opened a brand new Discord server where people can talk to each other and get all of the latest updates about our content or the Lanky Soldier channel. Find the link in the description of this episode or at our Patreon. No subscription needed.
You are as a
You
player.
have been measured.
Yeah, you've been measured.
Because we're confident that you'll love the content we're creating, we're offering a free trial that you can use at any time. We believe we're making good content that will make you stay, and we would not be offering free trials if we didn't think so.
I've seen a lot of people like literally get excited, like, you know what? This looks very familiar, clearly ripped from somewhere, but damn it, that looks good.
So, if you want to support the show and get all of these amazing extras, head on over to patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Your support means the world to us and helps us keep delivering the content that you enjoy. Thank you for being part of the Battlefield community, and thank you for being a part of our community, and we look forward to seeing you on our Patreon. Now, let's get back to the show. Not that I wanted to start that argument, but I just had to say, 'cause, like, I don't...
That was a good.
I
That was a good
don't
conversation.
agree with the balancing argument. I don't see it.
No, here's the thing. Just to end this conversation quickly on this, in Modern Warfare 2, in Modern Warfare, really, she messaged me on Discord too. Seriously.
Gotta make sure you got that shit.
Anyway, going back on the so just to end the topic on it, because in Modern Warfare 2, when 2022 game, attachments had big positives and they had big negatives, which sounds okay, right? But on the day, it's still gonna bring the end result of like, oh, there's gonna be 3 best weapons and everything, and everyone's gonna navigate to the same thing. I mean, I understand where you're coming from for options and everything, and let me customize the weapon the way I want and so on. But if I remember anything from what I was listening to an interview from Vanguard Develop and everything, and he discussed everything like, oh yeah, that attachments sounds fun and everything, options for the players. Yeah, they kind of realized later on, like, yeah, this is actually garbage because everything is, well, we can't balance this. It's just too many fucking options and too many, like, yeah, choice is good, but boy, balance was absolutely fucked. Absolutely fucked. There was no variety, everything was broken, and all guns felt the same. And it's like, doesn't matter what kind of negatives you have, it's just like, it's just the way it is. That's why, like, I'm not really... Listen, if they add 10 attachments, right, and you cannot equip all of them, cool, whatever. For me, it doesn't matter. Gun goes pew-pew, and I'm happy. But what I understand from what I learned, the balance goes out the window, and all the guns feel the same. At least with limitations, at least there's some variety in some shape or form. At least it kind of makes you think what you kind of want to attach. Because otherwise, what's the point of attachments, right? Just give us the base number. Just give us, like, customize our scope and that's it. Like,
oh yeah,
like,
let's just go with the Counter-Strike mentality and leave it at that while we're at it. Why not? Fuck it and get rid
yeah,
of
exactly.
ADS
like,
too,
you might as well go, like, just get. Oh,
get rid
people
of ADS.
hated
Fuck
that.
it.
People hated, for example, BattlefieldOne systems, because remember when they had, like, pre-designed weapons, like, oh, you have 3 weapons and you can, oh, do you want attachment or not, right? Like, remember...
All right, look, okay, because that kind of made sense because of the time and place that game took place. There
Yeah,
really
so imagine
wasn't
that in
any
Battlefield 6.
customized or... Like, nobody was running around with a fucking Garand with a huge-ass scope on it and a laser sight and shit back then. Like, you got issued what you got issued, and that was the end of it. Same thing with Battlefield 5. If Battlefield 5 would have done the exact same thing, the shit would have made sense for the time and place. You can't apply that argument to 6 because in the year our Lord 2025, there are plenty of options and what have you for attachments. There's combination laser light sights. There's fucking master keys. There's fucking foregrips. There's suppressors. There's a goddamn number of different fucking suppressors.
Oh yeah, there's like
that, and everything.
Yeah.
There's different barrel lengths. There's different barrel materials. There's different grips, there's different stocks, there's different upper receivers, there's different lower receivers, there's different... I mean, the amount of shit you could do to a gun these days is fucking ridiculous. So, for me, as a red, white, and blue bleeding American, for someone in order to say, you can only put 10 points worth of attachments on your guns, because we don't want a balance. To me, it seems really fucking lazy. Look, let's get this out there and say it and be done with it, okay? Does it really matter at the end of the day what you got attached on your fucking gun? No, not really, because you're going to attach what you're going to attach to it in order to cater to your specific playstyle. To me, that says there's more variety out there that will ever happen than what with just 10 points worth of points, and there's maybe 3 or 4 meta loadouts that you're ever going to get out of the damn thing. Now, I understand the meta is going to be a meta regardless of whether the selection
regardless
is
what
open
system
or
you
closed.
have is going to be meta.
I get that.
Yeah.
But the thing is give me the option in order to kind of mix it up a little bit, because I'm not a conventional player. I rely a lot on stealth, flanking routes, being quiet, not necessarily dumping a magazine down an alleyway and hoping to get a fucking, hoping to get a pot shot off. I ain't like that. So I need attachments and I need a system so that I can bolster my own playstyle, which means suppressors, hip fire accuracy, having the ability in order to scout long range but still keep short CQB capable firing. That's why the magnifier came in handy for me. Things like this. Things so that, recoil control. Granted, recoil isn't really a problem with a suppressed gun, but it still kind of moves around a little bit, so give me a stock in order to be able to comp for that. Let me kit my gun out how it's going to help me out. Again, yes, there's going to be a meta. And the people who can't think about how their playstyle are going to want to go for the meta.
For anyone that thinks, oh, meta, people have to understand.
There will always be a meta.
There will be a meta because that's... Well, I'm sorry, you don't breathe air? It's that obvious. Of course people will make metas.
Like, what does meta stand for? Most effective tactic available.
Exactly.
There's always going to be something that's highly effective over something over another. And I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is give me the ability in order to go, okay, well, this is the meta for, like, an assault class that can run and do this other shit. Okay, well, maybe if I'm playing Rush and I'm not being a flanker, maybe I want to be a front line. Okay, cool. I could take that loadout and I can kind of tinker it a little bit based on how my needs are. If it's something that if I'm having problems with horizontal recoil and I want to cater my grip and change around to do that, I could do that with an open system. With a point system, oh man, that foregrip that I need that's going to help my shooting issues out, I can't get it because now I have to sacrifice something else for that one extra fucking point in order to put it on. No, it really kind of isn't. You're still shoehorning people into something that's going to be effective. Like I just said, a meta is going to be the meta. For the most part, they're going to min-max the points. So you're going to have the maximum amount of points you could possibly squeeze out to get the most effective weapon you could possibly get out. Guess what? You've now shoehorned everybody into one box. You've now taken that variety out. If you have an open system, then I can look at that and go, okay, yeah, that's effective for this scenario, and this works well on a general purpose. But I don't want a general purpose. I need something catered to me. An open system lets me cater the gun to me. Not just, it is what it is. I don't like that.
Thing is with open system that you're proposing. So let's say, all right, the attachments do something really specific for something really niche thing, right?
At a cost of.
Right. Which usually means big positive, big negative. So that means when you all have let's say 10 attachments, all of them you can equip. That means, what happened in Vanguard, all the weapons became really good at everything. That's what happened. That's not opinion. That's what happened. I don't think we want weapons that are really good at everything. You don't want an SMG that is good at long range and short range and still have a high rate of fire and you have amazing scope or whatever the case may be, right?
That's what happened. Pay attention to the attachments and actually have them be more amalgamous to. And this is the other argument that I'm going to throw out there, is have them be a little bit more amalgamous, a little bit more in line with their real life counterparts. Okay, if you
see, this is where it gets fishy.
This is where it's not. This isn't where it gets fishy. This is just where paying basic fucking attention and knowing how a firearm works comes in handy. And I know there's some countries out there where that's not a luxury. I get it as an American. But what I'm saying is some of this shit, as somebody who actually owns guns and has actually shot guns before, this isn't making much sense. So it pisses my brain off.
I get where you're coming from.
You get where I'm coming. Like I said at the top of this,
video game. That's the thing.
If I throw 50 attachments on my fucking gun and I turn it into the goddamn Bentley of assault rifles, and I'm having problems maneuvering around, then I need to rethink my fucking kit. But again, if you're telling me, again, I only got 10 points worth of shit to do, I don't have a chance in order to fuck that up. What am I going to do? Well, what's the best bang for my buck that I've got? Just like people who grocery shop on $100 a week. You're not going to go and get everything that you fucking could possibly need and learn the lesson. Oh shit, can't do that, shouldn't do that, because there's consequences to that. Now it's just, here's your allowance money, honey, that's all you get. And I don't like that.
I understand where you're coming from a realistic point of view, but it's not a realistic game. See, I would fully go with you if it was like, I don't know, squad armor or something like that.
Whoa. No, it doesn't even have to be that. It does not have to even be milsim level. Just
No, but just like
a horizontal foregrip keeps your gun from going up, but your sway is more. That's all there is. It's not that bad.
I fully get where you're coming from. But after playing different systems with open weapons, like with open attachment systems and locked attachment systems, you kind of need locked, especially in games like that. Trust me.
All right, I'll ask the question: How much of a problem did you have with Battlefield 4's unlock system and their attachment system?
Well, what was in Battlefield 4? I don't remember.
Battlefield 4 was basically open attachments. You could attach whatever the fuck you had unlocked to whatever fucking slot you had open.
How many attachments?
And that was it.
It was like 3, 4.
You had barrel. Well, you had muzzle, barrel, sight, scope. Well, sight and scope would be basically the same thing. You could have an accessory like the magnifier and shit, but it came in combo with a different sight.
Yeah.
Fore-end, which would basically be like a flashlight, laser sight, and then undergrip, which you'd lose your undergrip if you had a master key. Okay, so 6 attachments that you could have at any given fucking point in time. And there was no problems with it. Yes, there were metas. Yes, there were things, but I could still go, okay, well, I don't want the flash hider on the end of my rifle because I don't give a shit about it. I'm going to swap that out for a suppressor. And I know what I'm losing out of it. With a point system, if the flash hider is 3 points and the suppressor is 4 points, and I'm already at my 10 point, guess what? I can't now cater the gun to my needs and do what I need to do with it. So do you see what I'm saying? It is shoehorning people into specific metas. If they don't want metas, this is not the route to go. They need to go as open options as they possibly can get. Don't even make the effects that goddamn severe either. I mean, if you want to placebo people, fucking do it.
I just checked. For Battlefield 6 has, you can attach 10 attachments technically.
Provided they're 1 point each.
Depending on the points, how powerful that attachment is. How powerful that
But for the
attachment
most part, I could only ever get 4 attachments on my fucking gun. That's it. Because of that point system. That's wrong.
See, because it's all numbers game. No, it's all numbers game at the end of the day. And like I said, like, you don't want weapons that basically... okay, you play with the weapon a little bit, right? You unlock till, I don't know, level 30, right? You have all the attachments. Like I said, what became is like all guns became good at everything. And I don't know how you balance that. Sure, you can add negative, positive, but again, it all doesn't mean, like, some guns become so absolutely OP because depending on the positives and negatives, and then at the same time you don't want to make it like minimal positives or negatives because that means basically
then it undercuts the whole point. I get it. Look,
and then you have Black Ops 6 for example, that has only positives, minimal negatives. Holy fuck, it's boring. It's absolutely boring.
All right, I will throw this hot take out here, and I think we kind of need to just end this subject on this one because
actually, I know I'm thinking maybe skip the Battle Royale conversation and just continue about weapons, honestly.
Fair enough, but we're kind of running a little long in the tooth, and I'm going to say this, and I don't.
Yeah, might as well have this conversation. Yeah, that's fine.
So let's just put it this way, okay? If your weapon system allows you to turn an SMG into an assault rifle, and that's problematic, that's really not on the attachment system so much as you, the developer, for not fucking paying attention to what you're doing and how the shit behaves and not paying attention to the testing. Because somebody somewhere along the line should have piped up and been like, look, man, I'm capping motherfuckers at 200 yards out with an SMG. That ain't right. And again, I say it as a gun owner. That ain't right. There's no fucking way. I mean, ask any goddamn Marine that's ever actually certified with an MP5. You really think they're putting all 30 rounds on target at 200 yards out with that fucking gun? No. It doesn't matter what you do to it. The barrel you would have to put on it, you might as well just pick up an assault rifle. So my argument is the roles of the guns needs to be the only thing that is shoehorned. Shotgun should only be good at close range unless a slug is involved, and even then, accuracy is a factor. An assault rifle should be good at specific ranges up to and thereof. An SVD or a marksman rifle, exact same thing. Not great in close quarter, great in long range because it's not a bolt action. Bolt action, the exact same thing. Your hip fire accuracy, your short range accuracy should be dog shit with a fucking long range rifle. Period.
I remember now. So you mentioned slug.
LMGs.
Shotgun,
LMGs are supposed to be spray and pray suppressive fire. They are not meant in order to mow rooms of motherfuckers down. And LMG is meant to be placed and fired.
See, you remind me because I remember there was broken gun. So you mentioned slugs and everything. Let's say you have open attachment system, right? You can equip all the attachments on the slug shotgun, right? Cool. So let's say all the attachments do you get all the positives, right? Suddenly it becomes better than a sniper rifle. Is that fair? In distance?
Is that proper development? Because the slug has a laser point accuracy when in real life it doesn't. A shotgun slug is only accurate up to, I think, at most 55 to 70 yards. I'm fairly certain. I might have to look it up and see.
So you basically we balanced it with bloom.
You're talking about to put it in those who aren't speaking in American measurements, okay? We all know what a soccer field and a football field are, right? They're pretty much almost the exact same as far as length goes, okay? Now imagine you're standing there with a shotgun. We'll keep it simple. It's a pump-action shotgun, not a semi-automatic, because semi-automatics are a different animal than pump actions too. And see, this is where paying attention, the balance comes in, and actually understanding how guns behave. So now we're going to go with a pump-action shotgun, minimal mechanical movement, minimal, recoil is going to be recoil for a shotgun, but minimal moving parts in order to take and throw the accuracy off. Do you really honestly think an Ithaca M37F with a fucking slug round loaded in it is going to have a dead-on 0-point fucking accuracy if you're standing on the far end of a football field and somebody's standing on the opposite end of it? If you're a really crack shot and you pay attention to your windage and yardage and everything like that, yeah, you could make that shot. But if the person on the opposite end of the football field is firing back at you, you're not going to have time to make that calculation. So you should be inaccurate with that shotgun.
That's assuming the player can't do that. There's many good players that could do that shot.
Right, and again, if you're a crack shot, you should be rewarded for being able to be a crack shot. Just because like Abe and I were back in the day with the 44 Magnum. If you, with that fucking delay and everything for it, as much of a fucking horror as that gun is, and could one shot kill damn near anything, if I had the ability to time my shots right and get headshots in close range and get those kills, then that's my reward for having that skill. That's a skill gap.
All right, in that situation, let's say the other player, the one that you're shooting, you have that shotgun, and the other player has a sniper. Let's say. So
the person with the sniper rifle should down you quickly.
Right, but you're also forgetting that suppression, ADS speed, or flinch when you actually getting like hit. The fuck
How accurate do you think this shot is going to be from this shotgun?
Oh, listen.
If you're unloading, guess what? Your aim is going.
Well, if the attachments. If the attachments give you all the positives, right, and the maximum distance and everything, and you've been using, let's say, the shotgun for a really while, and you know where the shots will land, like, just shotgun is winning. It is because.
Wait. Does the shotgun have a sweet spot mechanic? Does the shotgun have a one-shot kill headshot mechanic at a certain yardage, like the sniper rifle does?
You don't have flinch
because now you factor that in.
But you don't have flinch. You don't have flinch. It's not. How do you balance snipers usually? Usually, like, you balance them because they have like one insta kill shot, like type of deal, right? But how do you balance them?
Suppression is the balance.
Right. So when you shoot a sniper with a assault rifle, for example, the sniper gets flinch. Because if you don't get flinch, oh, he's shooting me. Who cares? I'll shoot you in the head anyway.
Yeah, that's called pinning them down. That's what LMGs are supposed to be for.
So you get
that's
flinch.
How you clear a sniper nest.
But you don't get flinch. Let's say you have this shotgun, right? Maxed out shotgun, like that just does everything so fucking good at everything. And you don't have flinch because it's not a sniper rifle, because that's not how the game is designed. The shotgun is winning that fight. Especially, listen, I get the realistic life expectations and everything. Boy, we don't have any wind. We don't have any aiming problems in the game. It's a pinpoint. It's not simple arcade shooter.
Well, I mean, do we know whether windage is actually a factor or not in 6?
No, it's not a factor. It's not.
Fucking should be. Anyway,
it should be maybe.
I'll even add to this argument as well. Okay. The sniper rifle is going to have way more powerful scope attachments than the shotgun's going to. Shotgun at most should maybe have like maybe a ×3, ×4 scope. So again, this is how you balance your attachments out against these scenarios.
Glint.
Now again, scope glint too. There you go. There's a balancing factor against the sniper rifle.
Because you have a glint, that means I know what to aim.
Well, that also doesn't mean that when I put sights on target, that when I fire the gun, that's where it's going to go. Because,
well, okay,
again, we have things like suppression and recoil.
Are we assuming that the both standing still and just looking at each other and shoot at the same time? Yeah, in a perfect world, the sniper wins.
I'm going to tell you right now that sniper rifle is.
In the perfect world, well, yeah, sniper.
If we're going to take two, and they're absolute jackasses at shooting, okay? They're Let's make this calculation easy. They are the basic of baseline shooters. We're not even talking about Marine or military grade here, okay? This is just, I hand you a gun, I have my own gun, we go to the opposite ends of the field and fucking shoot at each other. I am telling you right now, While that shotgun is going to be scary as fuck in order to be looking down the barrel of, I'm going to be way more confident that I'm going to hit my shot with the sniper rifle better than you will. The reason being is because the rifle that I'm holding is designed for that range of engagement. It has a sight that is capable of getting zeroed in on the most atomical part of your chest that I possibly could, because that's all I need to worry about. Now, with that shotgun slug, you're got to pitch up. You've got to aim up, because the drop-off for that slug is a lot more than what the drop-off for that fucking 308 is. That's the other thing that I'm getting at, is the ballistics themselves don't support that theory. If you're a good enough shot, you're a crack shot.
Unless the attachments literally do that. That's the thing.
But the thing is that's where you balance the attachment so that they can't do that. You want to put a longer barrel on it? Okay, fine. Here's the thing. Just like in real life, if you put a long full choke barrel on it, you can't fire slugs. That's where balancing comes in. That's where paying attention to what you're doing comes in. Oh, full choke shotgun. Technically can't run a slug down it. It fucking damages it. So if you choke it, then you're limited to buckshot. Do you get where I'm getting at? Where paying attention matters.
Full egg, yeah, but again, if you have open attachment system.
Well, again, you lock out certain. I'm not saying 100. Well, hold on. Now, when I say open, I mean no point system bullshit.
Yeah, you just equip every attachment you can.
But again, I'm not sitting here and saying you should be able to attach a foregrip with a master key. You can't do that in real life. That's dumb. One attachment locks out the other. So you need to implement that as well. If I'm going to pull full choke long barrel on my shotgun, I can't fire slugs. Or even let's just get weight involved with it too. If I want to have an extended magazine, can't run slugs. Slugs are heavier than buckshot shells by almost 1.5 times.
Sure.
Or if I'm going to be allowed to do that, now my movement speed takes a hit. Just like if I'd be carrying an LMG.
But how's that different from a point system then?
How is that different from a point system?
Yeah.
If I fuck up and overload my gun, that's on me.
I mean,
DICE didn't limit me to that. DICE didn't say, no, you can't do it because you don't have enough points. That's the difference. Let the players fuck around and find out. Don't just shoehorn them okay, you've only got this many of points. There's this many of perfect options out there. Have fun, kids. Because everybody's going to be playing with the exact same fucking toy. Not whether it's catered to their playstyle or not. That's what I'm getting at. I want the metas, but I want to be able to adjust the meta to how I play. Not just, it is what it is, take it or leave it. Because take it or leave it, I'm sorry to say, is going to make me walk away from this game so fucking quick. Because that is not what this franchise is about.
I do wonder if they're going to have some sort of, maybe not on launch, but later on they will add, I don't know what they're called, like perks or whatever they're called. Ability to add more attachments. I hope they don't, because kind of creates inconsistencies. Like again, Warzone. Warzone is a perfect example with the wildcards. Oh, you can have 8 attachments instead of 5 with this wildcard. And what do you sacrifice? I'm trying to remember what you sacrifice.
I was about to say, what's the caveat for that? Where's the caveat?
You don't have
if there's no caveat, or the caveat isn't that strong, well, then the caveat is fucking stupid.
The caveat is that I don't think there's like other ones. You can't equip a second weapon or something like that from the loader, but doesn't matter. I'll buy a second loader, and I'll get my second weapon. It's fine. Like, so it's not even a negative at this point. It's just like, oh, I just need
it's a pain in my ass.
I just need 3 extra minutes to get my second weapon, and I'll probably have 2 weapons with 8 attachments that are basically good at everything, good at ranges. And fuck you, I guess. So, and it kind of becomes a snowball effect, right? Like, so these good players, right, get these attachments quicker, get these weapons quicker, and they just dunk on people like it's nothing. So it's mostly the limitations are there to make some sort of balance that, in a sense, yeah, I understand that you like, yeah, let me equip all the attachments, everything, but it's kind of there to kind of give other players a chance to fight back, because good players will abuse this. This open attachment, like equip all the attachments, this will be abused by good players to oblivion. So all the casual players are just like, just want to have fun and play some game, shoot some players and everything. They will be dunked by good players that actually know how to play first-person shooters, and they're abusing the system. Like, but okay, so you blame the good players? I don't think you can blame good players about it, but the limitations are there for a reason to.
So now
give
my counter
someone a chance.
argument goes out there again. Now you've limited everybody to take it or leave it. You either get good with this meta because this is the meta, or you get fucked. And I'm sorry, no, that's wrong. I will die on this goddamn hill if I have to.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
That is arguably the dumbest fucking thing I have ever seen that this franchise has done. And I have put time in 2042. This point system attachment bullshit, I'm sorry, it's trying too hard in order to rip off on COD, because COD's too fucking lazy in order to balance their goddamn guns, so they just go, you can only have 3 or 4 attachments, that's it, because that's all we've got the brain power to balance
the thing
against.
is, there's too many weapons in COD, in Warzone, for example, way too many. I to be fair, I actually don't know how they even managed to do something, because the problem with COD, like, okay, COD has so many different problems that it can be a completely different episode.
COD
entirely.
is, let's just say this and be done with it as far as COD goes. COD is a smorgasbord of every little fucking thing, culturally, firearms, the whole 9 yards, in one big-ass melting pot. And it's bland, because there's too much. And I understand that side of the coin. And again, this is why I fall back and I say, pay fucking attention to what you're adding. Do you have 20-some assault rifles? Yes. Do you need 5 more? No. Do you have 20-some LMGs? No, we've only got 3 or 4. Maybe you should add a couple. Add some magazine-fed ones. Add some more belt-fed ones. Get that, you know what I mean? Put variety in it where it's needed, but not where it's not needed. We don't need 35, 40 fucking assault rifles in this game. 10 tops. And with an open weapon and with an open attachment system, I can now take that those 10 guns, and I can make an infinitesimal number of combinations of those guns in order to cater to my playstyle. Unfettered. And if I overwhelm them and I fuck them up, that's my fault. With a point system, now that 10 guns becomes 20 at best, because there's only going to be 1 or 2 metas per gun. Do you see where I'm getting at here?
No, you're still gonna get like specific 3 guns, for example. It will happen. You know what I just realized? It doesn't matter what system like we go, open or limited. There will be problems, their own unique problems, which I don't think anyone can fix. Let's go other. Like I had a brain cell working. What about let's go with this, right? Let's go with this. What about we take a weapon, and it has the stats of that particular weapon, and all the attachments are cosmetics, literally just like, oh, you want this, you want this grip, you want this, I don't know, suppressor, or everything, doesn't matter, doesn't do anything, it's just a skin, it's just an attachment for looks, cool. But what if you can just like do, like, I don't know, tune it the weapon a little bit. Oh, I just want the most simple option, the simple way to do it, just tune it to be more range. Oh, tune it a bit more close, or something like that, right? Just small tunes, right? But the gun is still the same. And hey, you have 5 different weapons, unique from each other, and fuck your attachment systems because there's all cosmetics. Make the gun the way you want to look. Yeah, basically go in CS way, right? You have a weapon, it does the thing, it does the niche, and we go from there. The problem is we can't do that because we need to add more guns, we need more content, we need more, like, oh, there's no content in the game. Like, and also how many unique weapons you can make. We're gonna reach like 10 unique weapons per each class, and that's it, call it a day. And everything else can be, I guess, skins, I guess, which is, I don't know. Thing is, no matter which way we're gonna go, we live in a different age where people are actually good at video games. They will find a way to abuse those video games. They will find a way how to make, take advantage of all the systems that the game offers, which is fine. I listen, that's the natural progression of just, I don't know, humanity, I guess. Like, hey.
Right, but you as a developer should be paying attention to that, and if it's something that's deemed that's broken, that is obviously blatantly broken, you fix it. If it's so overpowered, you balance it. A lot of these arguments I can sit here and I can swat right away by going, just do your damn job. Do the balancing. Do the due diligence. Do the work. Put the effort in. It's simple. The problem is everybody wants to complicate it by just going, oh, well, it's too much. No, it's not. It's really not. 5 people that actually have some firearm knowledge could sit down and balance this shit out. Guess what? It happened in Battlefield 4. Was it perfect? No. Was it as good as it was going to get for the system that was there? Yeah, because a lot of people put input in on it from all walks of life, whether they've shot firearms or not before, in order to actually balance those guns out.
Battlefield
Work
felt the same,
was
though.
done.
But all the weapons in Battlefield 4 felt the same. It doesn't matter which gun you
Not
use.
really. At the end of the day, everybody was running around with fucking AKs.
Yeah, but that's because he was good at up close.
So, so it wasn't the same as the M16. You cannot sit there and fucking seriously throw
okay,
that
all right.
argument at me.
One unique gun from 20 others. You know.
Right, and at the end of the day, it was a close quarter combat whore machine. But hey, you know, arguably the AEK was fucking broken in some ways. I get that.
I remember.
But again,
like,
tap fire. That gun actually rewarded people who had the patience to tap fire instead of just trying to dump fucking magazines. So that's another thing that I'm kind of like, what the fuck?
well,
If
Battlefield
I'm
6 is focusing on the tap fire.
Right, and that's the other thing I was getting at, and that's a good thing that they're getting into rewarding people for tap firing and controlling your fucking movements and controlling your aim versus just mag dumping and hoping for the fucking best in close quarter. Yeah, I'm great. Beautiful shit. But
Yeah,
if you're gonna tell me that there's a meta system of attachments that's gonna make tap firing better, guess what? Everybody who does tap fire, like people like me who mostly ran the M16A3 back in the day, you know, that 3-round burst tap fire machine that could headshot people with minimal fucking effort. Guess what I'm gonna run? People are gonna gravitate to what suits their playstyle regardless. But what I'm saying is if you're going to tell me I can't have my suppressor and my laser sight with the ability to turn that bitch on and off, a decent foregrip, a decent stock, and a decent sight, because somehow or another the mathematics didn't add up in the fucking point system, that's going to piss me off. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, after this like debate, I'm starting to realize, you know what? No matter what fucking no matter what kind of system we pick, it will be.
There's going to be ups and downs.
Listen, what kind of problem you want? Do you want piss problem or you want shit problem, right? So that's kind of the debate at the end. I'm just like, you know what? Like I said just 5 minutes ago, I said, you know what? I'm leaning towards, you know what? Fuck the attachments. Make them all cosmetic and make all the guns feel unique to them all, and just tiny tune it. Just, you know what? Let's go CS way. You know what? I'm thinking about it, right? Because I play Fortnite, right? I play Fortnite with my girlfriend and everything, and you know what? I'm thinking about it. Like, I don't really, because you can't customize attachments. Well, you could at one point, but they removed that. You cannot customize weapons in Fortnite. What you find in Battle Royale, you use it.
It just is what it is.
It is what it is. So I'm thinking, well, what's wrong with that? You know, sure. When the attachments were
because
there,
Battlefield doesn't do on-site procurement for weaponry.
I think
and
it's because
believe me, if that ever happened in a multiplayer game, that franchise would die so quickly.
I think the problem with like modern gaming these days is like some sort of expectations right now from casuals and everything. So let's say Battlefield 6 or the next Battlefield, whatever, wants to go really unique and just like, you know what, fuck the attachment sensors and everything. This gun does what it is supposed to do, and if you want to tune it a little bit to make it like somewhat good for you, but it still doesn't change the main like primary thing of the gun, like the primary purpose of the gun, people will lose this shit, but at the same time, I think it will be bad for the longevity of just like, you know what? Just pick the weapon you like for your style and go with that. And everything else, how the, you know, attachments and everything, just make it skins, I guess. Just make it like, hey, I want to make it look tactical as fuck, you know? That's fine. Go play dress up with the gun. It's fine.
See, I don't know, man. I'll ask you this question in earnest, okay?
Yeah.
What would you rather have, okay? Would you rather have a buffet that just serves McDonald's? Or would you rather have a nice Chinese buffet that gives you all the options in the world? And yeah, the shrimp might not be good on a Wednesday, and yeah, this might not be the best thing in the world, but you've got more options. What establishment would you rather go to and spend your money? Where you're shoehorned into one section of a menu,
actually.
or you've got more fucking choices?
I'm actually thinking that's a good analogy because
why not?
Because
if everybody goes to the McDonald's buffet, everybody's eating McDonald's at the end of the day. If everybody goes to the Chinese buffet, then yes, everybody's having Chinese food, but it's different kinds.
Well, the McDonald's will be aside. It will not be McDonald's only. It will be like, I guess, all the fast food. Like, you know, you have McDonald's, KFC, I don't know, Popeyes, or I don't know, pick any big big industry. Like,
All right,
but
let's
so
amend
that's kind of
this,
the thing.
okay?
Like, do you
what
want
would
Chinese
you rather
buffet
have?
or
Would
do
you
you want
rather have
fast
the
food?
buffet where there's 5 different meal plate options, just in general, that is a great combination of the things that they have on offer, or would you rather have the buffet where you can just go mix and match and find out on your own? Would you rather have Golden Corral or Mom and Pops? Because personally speaking, I'd rather have Golden Corral. Maybe I'm feeling that meatloaf today. Maybe I'm feeling that fucking steak. Maybe I'm feeling that shrimp cocktail, even though I know it's probably been there since 8 o'clock this morning. But to go over to Mom and Pa's, and I've only got 5 different combinations of good plates, man, yeah, that's going to be some good eats for a little bit, but after a while, I'm going to get burnt out from having the exact same fucking shit every day. You get what I'm getting at? That's what I'm getting at.
Same thing can be happen with the buffet, though. You know.
Right, I know. You're going to gravitate to, but again,
there's
you're
no
going to
right or wrong
gravitate
here.
to
That's the
what-
thing. There's no
But
right or
think
wrong.
of the amount. But think of the variety of customers that are going to be drawn. Do you think the 5-plate special is going to draw the same amount of customers as the fucking massive options one are? Fuck no. Why? Because people who perceive to have more options are going to gravitate where there's more options. It's human psychology. If you're telling me there's only 5 goddamn good plates of food out of this establishment, my first question is going to be, what the fuck is wrong with the establishment that they can only make 5 good plates of food?
See,
Do you see where I'm getting at?
going
Where
back,
I'm playing laziness in with
right.
this.
So going back on Warzone, just to like finish for 5-10 minutes. Yeah, I think this is a good episode, honestly. Going back on that, okay, for me personally, I know everyone has different and everything, like all opinion based and so on. Like I said, there's no right or wrong answer here. But for me personally, when Warzone had weapons with unlimited like you can attach all the attachments on the gun and everything and so on. Yeah, you know what? I did not fucking care. I attached all the attachments because, you know what? At the end of the day, I want to win the gunfight. I want to win that game. I want to be the last man standing in the Battle Royale. So, because we have to remember, this game will have a Battle Royale. So the system we have right now will be available in the Battle Royale. Beat by beat. The same fucking customization and stats and everything. This will be available in the Battle Royale. So, say with Vanguard back then, like we had Call of Duty Vanguard and we had Warzone. I level up my weapon in Vanguard in multiplayer, go back to Warzone, try to win the game. I did not care about the attachments and everything. I just looked at the number. Oh, you give me this? Cool. Slap that bitch on. And at the end of the day, I don't really care, like, what the gun does or whatever. I just like, does it kill at this speed, at this distance? Yes. Cool. That's what I need. Oh, it doesn't? Okay, I'll switch the position or whatever. Like, I'll try to focus on a specific distance that when I know I'll win the fight. And I did not give a damn about how many attachments I have and everything. Does it kill? Yes. It's that simple. So for me, right, I don't really care if it's an open attachment system or a limited. For me, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, for me, it matters, does it kill the player?
Right, you're going to gravitate to what works for you.
And yeah, and I gravitate there to the maximum. Yeah, I'm a meta slave in a sense. I am, but
We all
because I want to win the game. You know, I want to win the game. So I don't give a damn if how many attachments I have, as long as I know that the gun kills at that certain range I need. And I will always go to the best weapon on the list that is available at that point. Sure, developers can come in and balance the weapons and everything. That's fine. I'll move to a different weapon that is fucking OP. Like, that's what it happens with balance. Because you
Right,
can't
but do
balance.
you see what you're saying right now, though? Do you see what you're saying? What you're sitting here essentially saying is it doesn't matter how many different attachments I have, I'm going to go with the meta. Because
at the same time,
what is going to work.
Depending on the negatives or on the attachments and everything, right? If at the same time I want to, I don't know, I will focus to one thing: no recoil, maximum accuracy. That's my personal thing, right? I don't really care. I don't really care how slow or fast the ADA speed is, unless it's like close quarters. Yeah, it matters. But at the same time, hip fire. But it's just again, it all depends upon negatives and positives. From what I've seen, the negatives are almost non-existent from what I've seen in Battlefield 6 at this point. Almost non-existent. So all the attachments will be just pure benefits. Just pure benefits. Sure, you can add more negatives, I guess. But what kind of negatives we're talking about? Listen, I know people like what happened with Modern Warfare 2 it became very complicated with the positives and negatives, and the shooting wasn't fun anymore. Like, sure, there's visual recall and all that kind of stuff. That was a big problem back then. But it just, as the game went on, and people started unlocking attachments and everything, and, you know, figure out what's the best gun, what's the best ranges, all that kind of stuff, it did not become fun. It was not fun. It just did not, because it's just, yeah, you know what? I can't be asked to deal with all this. All right, streamer number 1, what weapon you have you using? Okay, I'm using that. I'm not using anything else, because I can't be asked to go through all the negatives to customize to my, like, sure, it's a skill issue from some people. There's a big skill issue. I get that. But
or it's a time issue. Yeah, I'm just going to sit down on
that,
YouTube.
That too, yeah.
Do you have videos? I'm going to get an idea how things are going to behave, and I'm going to keep.
Yeah, do you have the time to unlock all the attachments for each gun? For
right.
38
Everybody is going to do that. Everybody. Does not matter whether you actually want to sink time into the attachments and learn them or not. Everybody is going to. Jack Frags is going to make some videos on the guns. People are going to make their opinions on it. He's going to say some shit, and people are going to gravitate towards what is mostly popular or what is deemed the meta at that time. Again, I mean, no matter which way you go about it, there is going to be a meta that is going to be followed for the most part. But what I'm getting at is the thing, the crux, the whole crutch of Battlefield's thing is catering to you. If there's a meta, like the AEK back in the day. The meta was, heavy barrel, angled foregrip, and RDS, and that thing was pretty much a fucking laser. Okay, cool, great. Let's say that kit setup now has cost me my entirety of 10 points. The heavy barrel, etc., etc. Now let's say I don't want to be a frontline assaulter. I want to be a flanker. I want to put a suppressor on that, and maybe a UV laser sight or something like that. Now, I can't do that if the points value is now going to exceed 10 points. You have now taken that option away from me. For what reason? Not a very good one at all. Oh, because we don't want to balance against it. I'm sorry, that's not a valid excuse to me. It's not.
I mean, you could.
What I want to see is I don't want to see everybody running around with the same fucking loadout all the time, because that shit gets boring quick.
You will get that anyway until until developers actually balance the weapon and we switch to other guns.
Right, look at the fucking beta. What was the carbine that everybody and their goddamn mother was running with? It was the fucking M14. Why? Because that thing hit like a fucking brick wall. So that was the meta. There was nothing else in order to compete with it. There was nothing else there, so that's what everybody ran. Same thing with the assault rifle. What was it? It wasn't the AK that was really fucking baller. It was the other assault rifle.
AK was fucking garbage. Holy shit.
Yeah, that AK was fucking shit.
The carbine, right? Yeah. Oh my god, pea shooter.
Right, but
Holy
again,
fuck.
we're reinforcing each other's points here. Like, there was a meta even in the beta that everybody fucking followed, and even I was getting fatigued of everybody having the exact same fucking shit. And I'm sorry, and you're gonna fatigue people by limiting options. You're gonna fatigue people by everything being fucking samey. And I see and I understand it at the same time. You can fatigue people by giving them too many fucking options. Choice fatigue is a thing. I get it. Battlefield 4 had that problem with the amount of fucking guns it had, not the amount of attachments. Boy, howdy, was I never fucking sure for options on fucking... never in my life was I like, oh my god, there's too many attachments in this fucking game. There's too many fucking guns. So that being said, this is where I say, and I know this is kind of, somebody's going to sit there and be like, well, it's fucking easier said than done. You got to do the work. And I get it. But that's where the professionals exist for. That's what they're there for, is to do that work, is to do that due diligence and pay attention to that shit. Balance the game properly. And I understand it takes work, and I understand it takes time, and I understand corporate, it takes money. It costs money to make a good product. I know, who would have fucking thought effort needed to be put in to make something good? What I'm saying is some of these excuses are, at the end of the day, it all just falls down on we just want to be lazy and we don't want to put the effort into it. That's how I'm looking at it, and it's not acceptable.
90% of the players like that, yeah.
And it should not be acceptable to the player base. The player base should be going, look, you guys want to limit us by what we can do. You're now limiting what can be done. Just because you guys don't want to do the do you see how fucking shitty that sounds for a player base to say that to a developer? Like, my dude, that's like saying,
I
we want.
but hey,
But
hey,
again, we're all
what
gonna
do you
get
think? The listeners, what do y'all think? Which
Comments, please. Yeah,
yeah,
let us know.
Team Ray or Team Lanky? Which one is it?
Battlefield 1 Civil War.
Let's go.
But I mean, that's not even really what it is. I mean, it's
No, it's.
I mean,
hey, I love this point. I
we
fucking
see
love
each
this
other's
episode.
points. I get that.
I
but at
love
the end
this
of the
episode.
day,
This is my probably favorite so far.
We want to have options. We want to have, we don't want people to get burned out doing the exact same shit time and time and time again. So you've got to keep things fluid to avoid that. How do you do that? By letting people have choices, letting people have options, choice of guns, choice of attachments. Don't limit what you can do with it. If, like I said, if I want to fuck around and I want to throw 20 pounds worth of attachments on my gun, fucking let me do it. But there has to be a penalty for it. There has to be penalties for shit.
Right,
you can't turn an SMG into an assault rifle.
Right,
Pay attention to your shit and do that.
You have Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
Let's install Modern Warfare 2. Let's install Modern Warfare 2.
Again,
Because it's
I don't want to put that on my computer. I like my new computer.
because it literally has the thing you're telling. So I want to see how you feel about it. I really want to see
We
how you feel
fucking
about
played
it.
Modern Warfare 2 together. I didn't mind it as much. The only thing was I didn't
You
have
played the
time
beta with
in the
me.
world
You played the beta with me, and it's fucking garbage. Beta was garbage.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, now it's because you have now weapons that you have some unlocked stuff and everything, so you can use them in Modern Warfare 2. So it's like you will not be like all green and everything.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Because I mean, I played fucking zombies and shit too. Yeah,
Okay,
so
would you rather play
I had that.
2042 or Modern Warfare 2? You know,
Modern Warfare 2. I mean, 2042
Yeah, at this point,
is slap full of fucking zombies, but still.
At this point, I'll take with all the visual garbage recall from Modern Warfare 2 than 2042. I'm sorry, but I rather play Modern Warfare 2.
I'm just look. I'm not advocating it. I mean, obviously, it's an extreme example. If I want to put 20 pounds worth of fucking attachments on my gun, that's an extreme example. It's not really what I want. What I want is more akin to what we had with Battlefield 4, where you have slots for attachments. You can put one attachment each on that slot. Some attachments override other attachments. Some attachments allow you to do things. Some attachments remove the ability to do things. That was a fine system. There was nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it.
I think
Why?
It does it has the same limitations as Battlefield 6. I know you can't attach certain attachments because it's limited to some specific thing.
Right, but there was nothing that was stopping me from putting an extended magazine on with a suppressor, with a fucking grip, with a foregrip, with a laser sight, with an RDS sight, and with a stock change. Again, 6 attachments that I could change out at will, and didn't have to worry about some bullshit point system. Now, what you're telling me is now per gun, I can have anywhere from 4 to 5 to maybe 6 attachments if I min-max the fucking points properly and try and squeeze it out. And even then, it's not going to be the build that I need it in order to be, because I have to work around a fucking point system instead of working around my own knowledge base on how this should go, working around my own skill set. Basically, what you're saying, what DICE is going to do is go, yeah, we're offering a Mustang, a convertible, and a Charger, but at the end of the day, they've all got 275 horsepower motors in them. They've all got the same radios. They've all got the same interiors for the most part. It just kind of looks different. How much fucking fun would a race be with those 3 cars? It would be boring as shit. And that's what I'm getting at with the point system. Yeah, it's great. It makes balance easy, but it's boring as fuck because everybody's going to be doing the exact same shit. There's no options.
Yeah, just to end the episode on this, I personally disagree because I think people will do that regardless, but it just kind of creates unbalance because all the weapons will feel the same regardless because, hey, maximum benefits on everything, can do everything. Oh, look, SMG can one-shot you from 50 meters because I can do this now. It just depends, I guess. But anyway, I'm really curious what people listening to this will say, what they think about it, because I'm pretty sure there's loads of different opinions, and I'm pretty sure even internally, I'm pretty sure there's different opinions, all that kind of stuff. But anyway,
sure.
let us know. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure the developers trying to figure out what the fuck we even doing, because game development is a bitch, Try to appease everyone, for gamers that came from different Battlefields, right? Like, it's just insanity.
Right.
It's just insanity.
It is, and the thing is that I salute them and I respect them for wanting to appease as many people as humanly possible. The thing is, and this is the logical Occam's razor of it. If you want to appeal to a broader audience, you have to have a broader choice of options. Yeah, if I'm a stealth player, you gotta let me do my stealth thing. Otherwise, I'm gonna go to a game that's gonna let me do the stealth thing. That's what I'm saying. If you want players if you want a wide variety of players, you've got to have a wide variety of options for them in order to do play how they want to play. If you want to avoid having a meta, then you've got to give people the options to experiment around. Oh man, well this combination of 5 items is great, but in this scenario, this combination would be great. In this scenario, this combination would be great. You're now creating multiple more metas instead of just 3 or 4 that everybody's going to run with. And that's the point that I'm getting at. Yes, more choices means more work. I understand that. Yes, more choices means more balancing problems.
That's what I'm saying.
You're never going to get the result you want out of it. The problem being is again, if they're going to just like with politicians, if you're going to fucking say something, I'm going to hold you accountable for it. If you're going to sit there and say I want to appeal to the broad market, then you need a broad market of choices for that broad market in order to come in. Otherwise, what you're saying is I want everybody's money, but I don't give a shit whether they're happy about it or not. And that's wrong.
Yeah, just to end it, trust me, fam, it's not gonna be like that, does it sound? Sounds good on paper. There's literally physical evidence to showcase that it's not what happens.
Fucking everything looks good on paper. Are you kidding
me? Yeah. I fully get where you're coming from, but damn boy, if I had any experience and I had some experience, boy, it's a completely different story in practice. But anyway, so you want to do the outro? Because I really need to go, actually.
Righto, well, if you've stuck around for this hijacked discussion long enough, we appreciate you. Leave your comments and your thoughts in the comment section below or the Google document sheet. By all means, you know how to get a hold of us. You saw our socials at the top of the production. And they're probably also in the nice little viewer window somewhere, too. Probably right there, next underneath my head. I don't know. Anyway. That being said, thank you very much for being an audience member. I fucking lost my words there for a second. That being said, we appreciate you guys. I've said it like 5 fucking times now. It's great, isn't it? Thank you guys. Thank you. That being said, good night, everybody.
Yep, thank you for listening and so on. Hey, you still here? Thank you for listening to our show, and if you really enjoyed the show, please leave a rating or like, because it helps us to grow and provide the content that you really enjoy. And of course, do support us on Patreon, patreon.com/TheLankySoldier, for exclusive content that is only available there. And as you do that, link your Discord and join our friendly Discord server that is available for everyone to join. Stay in touch with us, just don't be a stranger, let us know what you think and everything. So yeah, that's gonna it, so thank you guys for listening again, have a good day, don't be a stranger, and we'll see you on the battlefield.